Hey, everybody, welcome to the class. Great to be with you all. This class is about two things that are often feel pretty opposing, right? That is gratitude and desire. Because gratitude is like, I'm
Mhm.
grateful for what I have, right? Desire is like, ooh, I'm very aware of what I don't have and I want.
I think a lot of us are more familiar with one of those.
Which one is it, though?
Ah.
Watch the class
It's
and
for
find out.
you. It's for you to discover.
That is for
Um,
you to discover, exactly. That's the answer that we fall back a lot as meditation teachers, isn't it?
yes, 100%.
That's the truth that you will discover, my young Padawan. My name is Dr. Asatar Bear. My co-teacher here, Leah Schaefer. We're here each
Hello.
week to talk about heart rhythm meditation. This is a method of meditation that comes out of Sufism. We do a little bit of philosophizing. We try to be useful, and then we also do some meditation. That's
Yes,
our that's our.
this is definitely what happens.
It's so important to be grateful for what you have, right?
Mhm,
It's so important to be grateful for the process, right?
mhm,
It's so important to be grateful even for the things that you don't have, for the things that you're longing for the things that you want, right? And that is some of the hardest things to be grateful for, right? Being grateful
mhm.
for the fact that you want something. Hmm. I mean, when we want something, we're like, why don't I have that, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's hard to
absolutely.
be grateful for the stuff you don't have. Um,
Mhm.
Look at this. We have a comment already.
Yay.
Excited for this?
Yay.
So are
We're
we.
excited too. We're excited too. And we're so grateful for everybody that has made it here. So thank you everybody for coming and being on the show with us. Technically, you're here with us in our hearts all the time. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
It's hard to be grateful for the journey. That's true. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This is something Asatar and I talked about the other day, about like that hunger, how anytime that you're really craving food, anytime you're really hungry, it actually makes the food so much more delicious. It actually like makes everything so much better. So the journey can actually add so much, to the actual enjoyment of the experience that we desire.
The anticipation is a key part of it, right? You might
Yeah.
not appreciate what you receive without some anticipation, right?
Mm,
So isn't
mm.
that interesting? And it turns out gratitude is a road, right? I mean, it's a journey. I mean, there's layers to this stuff, right? I mean, being
Mm.
grateful for what you have is one aspect of it, right? Uh,
Yeah.
being grateful for the road that you're on, I mean, that's another one, right? Being grateful for that there's
Mm.
something to want, that there's something to long for, that there's
Yeah.
something to feel, right?
There's hope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means there's a future. That
Mm.
means you're moving towards something. Uh, and how often do we forget that, right? How often do we just think, oh, I don't have what I want. I don't have every infinite thing that I want. What a tragedy.
It's endless.
We can laugh about that. Why can't you? Think about that.
Oh my God, Asatar. We don't know if you're laughing or not.
We don't, but
Write
we
us in the
assume.
comments.
Yeah. Light up the comments if you're not laughing or if you are. Either way, we want to know.
Yeah. Well, and there is this aspect of this wanting and hoping for your future, and you can be so grateful that you actually have such an aspiration, right? Like something that feeds and nourishes your heart, towards something you really truly desire in your heart, and want to experience, want to attain and embody.
Absolutely. But we were sort of fascinated by the contradiction, right? By
Hmm.
thinking of, oh, gratitude. that's a fundamental thing that we're always working on, right? We're always working on that because what a gift it is to think I'm grateful for the what I have, right? I mean,
Mhm.
because a lot of times we forget that, I mean, we take things for granted so much, right?
Mhm.
But we also want to take it very seriously that our hearts want things, Our hearts are filled with
Yeah.
desire, filled with longing, And what does it mean to take that seriously? What does it mean to say that is infinite spirit coming through us, right? Um,
Mm.
that's not a distraction. That's not something we need to get beyond. That's not an attachment. That's not something bad. That's not something non spiritual, right? That is spirit. What does it mean to really take that seriously? And how do we do that, right? How do we do that without falling into the illusion that we are incomplete and not
Mm.
enough within our own hearts, right?
Yeah.
Our hearts want something. Does that mean we're not enough, right?
Mm. Yeah, and I think there is a really big difference between, this kind of I'm trying to think of a different word for it, but in our society, we're pretty much taught like forward motion all the time and not even to think about the consequences behind that, just like constantly moving forward. And that
Right,
doesn't leave a lot of room for gratitude and for appreciation and celebration
right.
of what's happening. But um, anyway, so
We our hearts long to
mhm,
move forward, right? I mean, that's
mhm,
one thing, right? We want to move towards our potential. We know there's more for us to become. No matter how far we've come, there's
mhm,
more, right? So it's like our hearts are always moving forward, but we also need that sense of like, well, there's a lot that we've been given. I mean, each
mhm,
breath is a gift,
yeah,
each moment is an opportunity. So how do we balance these very different opposing energies, right? The one that says, thank you so much for everything that I've been
mhm,
given, right? Which is,
mhm,
in a lot of respects, about the past or about, what has brought us to the present moment, right?
mm,
And desire is so much about the future, right? How do we how do we bring these opposing energies together, right? That's our kind of
yeah.
question for this.
Yeah, and also Tara, I was actually experiencing whenever I was meditating with the gratitude, I was experiencing it as being something that brought me more into the present moment. It's almost like when I'm in the past, I'm almost working with emotional healing or integration or assimilation of something I experienced when I'm kind
Mhm.
of like more like either pulled by the past, and it can definitely be a nostalgia, but I find that this practices of gratitude, which we'll do tonight, really bring me very much into the present moment. And I felt that as such a gift for us and such a treat for us. But because I definitely would have otherwise thought it was something that brought me retroactively, behind, but it's actually like exactly what's already in our hearts, like exactly what's there right now. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's a great power, to be grateful. It's like there is just layers upon layers upon layers of that, right?
Hmm.
um, so we're going to work with that tonight, and maybe it's time for us to turn to meditation now. Maybe
Yes.
we've had enough preamble to get us into the mood, as it were.
Mhm.
um, well, let's do that then. Let's take a good upright meditation posture and try to sit in a manner so that your back can be straight. You have your knees a little bit below your hips, perhaps, or at least at the same level, uh, so that you can have your spine be upright without too much effort. Um, you don't want to be tense, right? We want to be upright yet relaxed, right? And then you tune in to your breath, you close your eyes, you go within. And the first step here is to just watch the breath. to become aware of that you are breathing. And even this itself is a little exercise in gratitude, because you move from not thinking about it in the slightest, right? Your breath can be unconscious. What a gift that is, right? We don't have to think about our breath, and yet our breath will go on. And breath is life. We do not live long without breath. Each breath is a gift. Each breath gives us life, gives us vitality, gives us energy. And what does it mean to become conscious of that process? To really deeply savor each breath. I mean, this is the whole journey right here. So become aware that as you breathe in, life essence is entering your being and is revitalizing your body, your heart, your emotions, your soul, your spirit. With each breath. And as you breathe out, you are developing and expanding and expressing your unique energy, your unique soul and spirit. What a gift that is. Now we'd like to intervene in the breath. We don't want to just allow the breath to have its regular pattern. We want to go further. We actually want to perfect the breath. What a notion. What an incredible journey that is. So how do we go about it? Well, we want to first of all breathe down deep in the body. Okay, so as you breathe in, you're allowing your belly to expand. And as you breathe out, you are contracting your belly. So that's the first step here. Notice that you're breathing, and then breathe down deep in your belly. Deep breathing, abdominal breathing. You may find that it's very relaxing and it's very soothing. It shifts you down into yourself, into your body, away from your head, away from that constantly shifting thinking. And then the next step is to make your breath slower. And you do that by breathing out a bit more and breathing in a bit more, so that your breath, it takes longer to complete. And then you realize something. Wow, having my breath take longer gives me more time to really appreciate it. As the breath comes in, I realize the breath is revitalizing me. The breath is giving me energy at a very fundamental level. And I can savor that breath as I breathe all the way in. And then as you breathe all the way out, you can savor that as well. You have more time to appreciate it. Breath is life. Breath is self. By studying the breath, by being conscious of the breath, you're being conscious of yourself at a very fundamental level. Give yourself a moment to just appreciate that energy which revitalizes your body, mind, emotions, soul, and spirit. Now we're focusing a lot on the inhalation here. On the exhalation, you can feel and tune yourself into what is it that you want to move forward toward? What is it you are longing for? What is it you desire? Where is the energy of your heart taking you? And this becomes a fundamental movement. As you breathe in, I'm so grateful for everything that I'm receiving right now. And as you breathe out, what am I longing for? What do I desire? That desire is the life. That is the life of the one. That is the life beyond. That is the one being coming through me. My desires are not just mine, they are the desires of the whole universe. Because it's, where does this longing come from? You know, you want to move forward, you want to achieve, you want to discover your potential and realize it. Well, look around, you see that in every living being. That is a fundamental impetus and desire of the very universe itself. And it's coming through you. That's extraordinary. Wow. Let that longing, that desire have completely free reign. Don't worry that you have not yet accomplished the thing that you desire. That's okay. Focus on the desire itself. It's life. It's vitality. That is spirit coming through you. We get so trapped in it. We get so thinking that, oh, poor me, I don't have what I want. I don't have everything that I want right now. My friends, it's a process. That flow of energy through you, that is desire. That is something to be appreciated. That is something to be savored.
Mm.
Thank God you have desire. That means you're alive. You're going to have desire as long as you live. Good. Does it mean you're unfulfilled? Well,
Mm.
maybe in some way, right? But there's so much that you have been given, right? That's where the gratitude comes in. So you're breathing in, you're feeling that gratitude. You're breathing out, you're feeling that desire. Now go further with your breath. Connect it to your heart. Connect it, feel that the center of your chest, that's what's breathing. Now, of course, the breath is coming in through your nose, right? And out through your nose, but feel like the energy part of it is coming in through the center of your chest. It is energizing your heart and your emotions at a deep and fundamental place. And if you can, make your breath rhythmic, make your breath heart centered. And a great way to do that is, if you can, feel your heart beating and bring the rhythm of your heartbeat into balance with the rhythm of your breath. That is, count the beats of your heart and have the same count on the inhalation as you do on the exhalation. So perhaps that is 8 beats in, 8 beats out. Now, what I'm describing is a process, and you might not be able to do it right away. If you can, fantastic. If you can't, that's okay. You just keep working on it, right? Make your breath deep, make your breath slow, make your breath rhythmic. Same length inhalation as exhalation. For many people, the most challenging part of this practice is to feel the heartbeat. So you work on that. Maybe you can feel it right away. If that's the case, that's great. If not, well, you just look for it, search for it, tune into it. Maybe you feel a beat or two. Maybe your heartbeat is hiding from you. That's okay too. Sometimes very valuable, very beautiful things stay hidden. Maybe they stay hidden for a while, but you keep on searching and you will eventually find it. If you can't feel your heartbeat, just imagine it. Just count to yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Right? You will feel it eventually if you commit to this practice. Challenge yourself now. Think of the things that are easy to be grateful for. Think of the things you already have. And go further with it. Think of the things that you struggle with. But here's the thing, my friends, a struggle is life. A struggle makes you stronger. A struggle is something to be grateful for. Wow, right? If you can be grateful for your struggle, well, your gratitude has just been kicked up a notch. Your gratitude has found a new level, a new layer. And that's good. Because being grateful, we think of this as just some new age bullshit, right? But being grateful is, in fact, an incredible power. It gives you peace and stability in the midst of life's chaos. So I urge you, develop this power. Stretch yourself, challenge yourself. What can I be grateful for that I never ever thought of as a gift before? Can I be grateful for the things that I lack? Can I be grateful for the things that cause me pain? Imagine, if you could, give it a shot. With your powerful breath that is connected to your heart and even to your heartbeat, different things are possible than when your breath is not conscious, not rhythmic, not deep, not full. There's more you're capable of in this state than you might be thinking of. Now, as you breathe out, think of that which you're longing for. Now, the things that we desire are so powerful, they're so immediate. They're sort of always in our consciousness at some level, right? I want this. Sometimes we don't even let ourselves know, though, because we know, right? Desire is so powerful. If we let ourselves know what it is, well, that's sort of scary. Then it's like, well, what are you doing about that? But hopefully, with the power of your breath, with this deep, full, rhythmic, heart-centered breath that we're working on, that is a study of a lifetime. And hey, if you don't feel like you've mastered it, great. That's just being honest. You probably haven't. I don't feel like I've mastered it. I've been doing this for decades. This is a lifelong study. But you might notice that breathing in this manner gives you very different energy. That allows you to do things within yourself that you might not be able to do without that. So on your exhalation, become aware of that power of desire and energize that desire with your breath. Now, this is very different than what we're often taught to do in meditative or spiritual traditions. It's often we're taught to, the desire is in our way, that it's a kind of attachment, that it's going to cause us suffering and so on. Will it do that? Yes, of course it will do that. Will it cause us suffering? Sure, right? Because it's an incompleteness. But that's part of being alive, right? I mean, none of us are perfect beings, you know. We have desires. We have those desires for a reason, right? The universe is longing to complete itself in us, through us, right? It is not wise to denigrate or ignore that longing. It's there for a reason. What we can do is see all aspects of it, feel all aspects of it. It's not just us. It's not just, oh, I'm so small, I want this. There's a force that is behind us, right? There is an infinite longing that we can tap into. And if we can do that, well, that's really something, right? Because we are then in touch with the infinite. And that is the truth of our being. We are infinite. We think of ourselves as limited. We think of ourselves as separate. We think of ourselves as small. But we're not. Each one of us is all that there is. We are unlimited beings. And when we tap into that, it changes everything. Then desire becomes not something that binds us, but something that cracks us open and allows that life energy to flow through us. And that's vital. So see if you can tap into that infinite flow. As you exhale, as you inhale, gratitude. I'm so grateful for all that I've received. Now, you might come up against things that you don't feel grateful for, that you feel like, what the fuck? I don't want to receive this. I don't want to receive pain and suffering. I don't want to receive frustration, annoyance, limitation. Well, of course not. No one does. But these are tests. These are obstacles. These are barriers to overcome. And as you exhale, feel that infinite force, that infinite desire moving you forward endlessly, endlessly, endlessly. Ah, do you feel that? We're creating this vibe together now. Very good. Take a few more breaths here and really bring this vibe to the next level. All right, and when you're ready, we'll end our meditation here and you can open your eyes. Move around a little bit.
Mm. That was fabulous. God.
We've got a, we've,
That's
we've got a
wonderful.
good topic this week, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it. It's great. Um, it's so funny to me also, Tara, because not only did we dress the same tonight, but like I feel like there was so much of what you said that was exactly um, just what I was feeling in my meditations as well. Like the same thing with like, I don't know, this feeling of like past and future, having to do with this gratitude and desire.
Yeah.
But you really got in there tonight.
But look,
You were,
look, we have a
yeah,
question here. Is,
great.
is this a meditation channel?
Yes.
Yeah. We do this meditation class every week. I also have a bunch of lectures about political economy. So it's both.
Every Tuesday, we're live meditating with you.
Live on the internet, people. That's our commitment.
Oh, wow. That was really wonderful, Asatar. Thank you.
I was feeling it too. Yeah, that was a good vibe we had together.
Mm.
Maybe it was just you and me. Maybe it was some other people as well. I don't know. Look at this. Keep up the good work. Thank you so
Thank
much for being with
you.
us. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah, we love you coming.
Yeah, we love to see you guys. Look at this. I love this so much. Thank you very much.
Oh,
We love to be with you
yay.
all.
This is so great. This is like perfect gratitude night. This
I
is
know,
so
right?
good. This is so sweet.
You guys,
This is
sometimes we
so
go through the
sweet.
class and we have no comments, and then sometimes we get a bunch of wonderful comments. It's really nice.
It's really sweet. Yeah. Mm. Well, yeah. Um, well, it's interesting. I mean, just to touch on a few of the things, I almost don't even want to really like it's so perfect, but it's just interesting how much like my body kind of tensed up like whenever I thought about things, that I um, you know, had a hard time being grateful for. And I was like, oh dang, he's starting us there. That's where we're starting. But yeah, my whole system kind of like, ooh.
Well, isn't it amazing
Oh,
how gratitude is kind of a challenge, or it can be? I mean,
well, so
you know,
yeah, when you're trying to reconcile like a past experience that was really challenging, it is definitely like its own animal.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
where you're like, motherfucker, I don't want to be grateful for that. That was bullshit.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
part of you that's like, no, that was wrong, right?
Yeah, right. And this is where like the question of like we don't want to ever like we want it to be real. So like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
We don't want
it's
to.
always like the thing you want to assimilate or the thing you want to work toward gratitude in particular, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
I mean, when it's real and when it's fake, right? Because it's
Mhm.
like when it's fake, you're like, well, I'm so grateful, blah, blah, blah. Like it's got that fake tone to it.
Yeah, and because it's so what I also mean to say is it's okay not to be grateful for something, you know.
Right. Maybe you're not there yet. Yeah.
Then
We're not judging
yeah,
you.
right. Yeah.
We're not in the judgment business. We're meditation teachers, you guys. Wherever you are is fine.
I think that most people think meditation teachers are like the worst judges. Like they're
Right. We're the
like,
most judgmental people in the world, right? We're like, oh, you're not perfect now? Okay. Right.
especially with
That's
our
what we
white
thought.
t-shirts tonight, with our matching
Our
white
white
shirts
shirt.
tonight.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress.
We're not judging.
Um,
That's our point.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. No, we're so grateful. So for every moment with you meditating. Um, okay. Well, I think we should kind of jump into the next meditation. If that's okay with you, Asatar, unless there's something you wanted to touch on before that.
I mean, I think I've talked a lot so far during class.
Great. Been very wonderful.
I-
Um, So those of us that are meditating with Asatar and I, take a little
Okay, wait a minute.
stretch.
There's one more before you get started. There's one more comment that's funny.
Class Yeah, that's we've had many episodes with that word coming out.
We don't censor ourselves. That's the point here.
We
We
feel
try.
very free.
We feel empowered. Yeah, we
We
maybe
feel free
empowered.
and empowered. Okay. Thank you, Johnny.
We appreciate the
All
comments.
right. Yeah, we love the comments. Okay. Um, where was I? So those of you that are doing a seated meditation, move around. Move your shoulders and your elbows and your hips maybe. Do a little movement and then maybe some cat cow with the spine. And close your eyes because then no one can see you.
They can still see us, of course, doing this.
Nope, not when I close my eyes. Anyway, so as you're ready, come into your posture. And so begin to do all the good work that you already began. Start to breathe nice, deep, full breath. If you need to stretch or move at any point in your meditation, I just want to give you the permission to do so. That can be a big deterrent for people. As long as you're doing that in order to kind of return back home, return back center. And as you deepen your breath, begin to breathe between your heart and your root chakra again this week. So breathing between your heart and your root chakra. So as you deepen your breath, instinctively just start to feel your heart. So maybe you're someone that can start to breathe in rhythm with your heartbeat right away, and that's awesome. But maybe you're just learning the practice. And so, regardless of whatever step you're at or whatnot in this practice, begin to really attune to your actual heart. So, feeling your heart as much as you can. And that might mean physically feeling the heartbeat. That might mean that you can feel your emotion. Or any other subtle energy that resides within you. And as you're tuning to your heart, use this big channel of breath to move from your heart down into your root center. And then from your root center back into your heart. If you like to, if it feels good to you, Maybe place your hands on your heart. It'll feel very comforting. A lot of times it'll feel comforting. But check in with yourself, see if that feels good. And keep breathing full breath and keep feeling more and more your heart and your root chakra, which is the hips, the tailbone, the legs, the feet. And then maybe bringing more of a subtle, um, almost just only fingertips, like um, over your heart, or maybe not even touching your heart all the way, just really very gentle as you bow your head to your own heart, focusing mostly only on your heart now. And try to feel something that you are so extremely grateful for. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's a scent of a flower, an essence, a scent that reminds you of a moment that you had and experienced with another within your life. You're welcome to keep your hands there or lower them down, but stay deeply, almost intimately, softly connected with your heart as you breathe. And look inside your heart for that feeling. That feeling of deep, deep gratefulness. Like the connection you have and the interim moments that you share that nothing can describe, that you catch in the silence of the room, but it still comes right into your heart, and you know that this is an experience of your life where you think, oh my God, it's amazing to be alive. And then, if you dare, begin to look for more of these moments in your heart, not in your mind, in your heart. Try to feel the texture. And then staying in your heart, just begin to feel your environment around you. So I'm asking you to do something that's a bit of a paradox. So stay in your heart, stay very centered. And while staying centered, feel the environment around you. Feel the textures. Feel any resonant sound in the room. And begin to feel in this moment by feeling your environment, by feeling your surroundings, how infinitely life is supporting you with the floor beneath your feet. How much life goes into our life, how much are we given to be able to live, how much life supports us in this moment, even in this moment right now. And as you breathe in and out of your heart, maybe just actually staying pretty close to home after expanding out like that, coming back close into center self. And as you come into your heart, as you attune to your heart, all the things that you have loved, all of the experiences you have had, they're living inside of you. Feel them living inside of you. Feel how everything you're grateful for is a deep part of your own being, of your own heart. Every single thing that you are grateful for is a deep part of your own being, of your own heart, living inside you. This is all a part of yourself, as real and as nourishing as any food. It's a part of you, who you are, yourself. This is a part of yourself, this energy of gratitude. And you can make it bigger by calling on it, by remembering, by feeling, by seeing. And you can make it bigger with your own fullness of breath. So I want to encourage you to do as many gratitude practices as you can, because it's a remembrance. It's a very fast way, a direct shot to the remembrance in the center of your being. All right. As you're ready, move your body and open up your eyes. Mm.
Well, thank you for that. What a wonderful meditation. I
Thank
hope you
you,
all are
Asata.
appreciating Leah's incredible energy that she brings to this.
Mm.
There's just something very special about this. Oh, and look, we've gotten another lovely
Yeah.
comment from one of our dear friends.
I'm so happy to see you.
Nice to see you, sweetheart. Thank you for joining us again tonight.
Thank you for being here.
Funniest meditation channel on YouTube. On
You
the
laugh?
wow.
Whoa!
I'm not sure how much competition we have, but still. Oh, and here we have another one.
Oh, what's it
Thank
say?
you. That was wonderful. Very beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh,
There we have it. We create this vibe together, and
mm.
it's like a wheel. You start to turn, and then you have to overcome some momentum, but then we have this wheel spinning. That's pretty.
Wow. Sorry, I'm sorry. Um, yes, momentum. Yeah. Well, I mean, speaking of momentum and wheels spinning, get this momentum going with your gratitude practices, and with harnessing your connection to your desires. Um,
Breathe in gratitude, breathe out desire. If you get
yeah.
if you get nothing else from the class, That's not a bad thing to get, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've been very touched by kind of the feeling of the infinite nature of the fullness of life,
Yeah.
through just attuning to this for one day. And so I can only imagine, like, if I, actually continued to do this practice on a regular basis, because now I get it. Like, it really is a very quick shortcut into the remembrance of your heart and the remembrance of like what really matters and who you are right now.
Yeah.
Mm, mm,
That's so true, you know? I
mm.
mean, there's taking for granted and then there's being grateful for, right? And both of these are kind of fundamental energies, I mean, because like there are a lot of moments where we're like, wow, thank you, right? And how wonderful that
Mhm.
is. And then there's a ton of moments where we're unconscious and where we're like, yeah, oh, I just expect that, or we're not aware of it until it's taken away. Um,
Mhm. Yes. Yeah, that's a
and
big
both
one.
of those things are true, and
Mhm.
it's a journey, right? To be able to say, um, well, let me try and get ahead of that. What if I what if I was grateful for something before it was taken away? Wouldn't that be something?
Right. Hey, hey.
That would
There's
be
an idea. There's a concept.
yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
We could do that. We could actually.
Right, right. Yeah. Because and I think that it's like it's hard when you feel like you're in survival mode all the time to stop and like really feel. I mean, our brains are trained to think of the things we should fear, right?
Yeah.
So
We
so
don't want to lose
it's
things. Yeah.
yeah, so it's easy to lose sight of what's right in front of you,
Yeah.
who you are already. Shit.
It's a fair summary of what we do. I mean,
That's hilarious.
we try.
That's so funny.
If you're not laughing, then what are you doing?
Crying.
You're crying. Yeah.
I'm crying. I
If you're
don't know
not
if you're
crying, what are
crying.
you doing? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We want to come awake to this, right? We want to be alive.
Wake up.
Is that gonna make you cry sometimes? Yes. Is it going to make you laugh sometimes? Yeah. Also, yeah.
Oh my God. It will make you cry sometimes.
We're the only ones on the
Waking
internet
up.
being honest with people.
We're gonna be, we're
Get
gonna
happy all
straight
the
shoot
time?
with
No,
you.
no.
We're gonna straight shoot with you. It's gonna be a long and arduous journey.
But very rewarding, my friends.
Very rewarding
It's the journey
and
you need to be
fun.
on.
And fun and adventurous. So,
And you know that. That's why you're here with us tonight.
yes.
Or at some other time. That's fine.
Mm,
You're not here with
mm.
us live.
Yes, yes.
But you should try to
All
be,
right.
because that's what
Well, we're grateful either way.
either way. Absolutely.
Either way.
We will be here
Yeah.
next week. We'll be talking about something else. If you want to support this show, go to the Patreon link. Please do yourself a favor. Follow Leah on Instagram if you want more wisdom and inspiration in your life. And
Thank you.
if not, don't do that. It's fine. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight, and we will see you
Mm.
all next week, I hope.
Thank you.
Till then.
Happy meditating.